Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button because we cover all the stories that matter in the world of entertainment, celebrity culture, and the moments that remind us that even the biggest stars are just as human as the rest of us. Today's story is one of those perfectly timed celebrity revelations that manages to be both surprisingly intimate and wildly entertaining at the same time. Ripa and Mark Consuelos, hosts, actors, producers, and quite possibly the most openly honest couple on daytime television, have just given their fans yet another peek behind the glamorous curtain of their private life together. In this particular revelation, it's got people talking, laughing, and nodding along in very deep recognition. This story is trending across entertainment media, social platforms, and morning show circles for a reason, and we're breaking it all down for you right now. To truly appreciate why this news is hitting the way it is, you have to understand just who Ripa and Mark Consuelos are, not just as individual celebrities, but as a couple and as a cultural institution in their own right. These two first met on the set of the iconic soap opera All My Children back in 1995. Kelly was already an established presence on the show, and when Mark walked into audition, well, let's just say the chemistry was immediate and undeniable. They eloped in 1996, surprising pretty much everyone around them, and in an industry where marriages often have shorter lifespans than a network television series, Kelly and Mark have built something genuinely rare, a partnership that has lasted, evolved, and remained fiercely intact through nearly 30 years of Hollywood's relentless pressures. Together they share 3 children, Michael, Lola, and Joaquin, and together they have co-produced television projects, co-hosted Live with Kelly and Mark, and co-navigated the very public life that comes with being 2 of daytime television's most recognizable faces. What makes them so compelling to audiences isn't just their obvious chemistry on screen, it's their willingness to be refreshingly, sometimes brutally honest about the realities of their relationship. Over the years, Kelly in particular has made a signature out of sharing the unfiltered, unglamorous truths about married life. Whether that's talking about disagreements, quirks, habits, or the everyday compromises that keep a long-term relationship functioning. So when the two of them reveal something new about their domestic life, audiences lean in because they know it's going to be real. So here's what happened. During a recent conversation on Live with Kelly and Mark, the couple opened up about a change they've made to how they sleep, and it turns out they've adopted what has become popularly known as the Scandinavian sleep method. For anyone unfamiliar with this trend, the concept is elegantly simple. Instead of sharing one large blanket or comforter, each partner uses their own separate blanket. Same bed, same couple, 2 individual duvets. That's it. And yet somehow, this small domestic shift has turned into a full-on cultural conversation. Kelly revealed that the change has made a noticeable difference in the quality of her sleep, explaining that the constant tug-of-war over blankets, something millions of couples know all too well, had finally come to an end. Mark, for his part, apparently runs significantly warmer than Kelly, and the mismatch in temperature preferences had long been a source of low-level but persistent nighttime tension in their household. With separate blankets, each of them gets exactly the warmth level they need without disrupting the other. Kelly described it with her signature humor and enthusiasm, making it clear that this wasn't some dramatic marital overhaul. It was just a practical, sensible solution to one of the most universally relatable couple problems in existence. What makes this revelation particularly noteworthy is the timing and the context. The Scandinavian sleep method has been quietly gaining traction in wellness and lifestyle circles for a couple of years now. But when a high-profile couple like Kelly and Mark publicly embrace it and speak candidly about how it's improved their daily life, it suddenly elevates from a niche lifestyle tip to a mainstream cultural moment. Kelly didn't just mention it in passing, she talked about it with genuine enthusiasm, the kind of enthusiasm that comes from someone who has genuinely discovered something that works and wants to share it. And knowing Kelly's track record for honest storytelling on that show, there's absolutely no reason to doubt the sincerity of it. Mark, characteristically steady and good humor beside her, played along with the candid discussion in the relaxed, easy way that he always does when Kelly leads these kinds of personal revelations on air. The two of them have a rhythm in these conversations that feels completely natural, like watching two people who genuinely enjoy each other's company and have nothing to hide. The internet, predictably, erupted. Social media platforms lit up almost immediately after the segment aired, with fans sharing their own experiences with the Scandinavian sleep method, debating its merits, and celebrating Kelly and Mark for normalizing a practice that many couples quietly use but rarely discuss openly. The comments sections across Instagram, X, and TikTok were flooded with reactions ranging from, "We've been doing this for years and it saved our marriage," to, "I'm going home and buying a second duvet tonight." Lifestyle and wellness publications quickly picked up the story, framing it as yet another mainstream validation of the Scandinavian sleep trend. Entertainment outlets ran with it as a warm, human interest angle on one of Hollywood's most enduring love stories. And daytime television viewers, Kelly and Mark's core audience, responded with the kind of warm, knowing enthusiasm that comes from finally seeing your own life reflected back at you on screen. On the surface, this is a light-hearted story about blankets. But if you look a little deeper, it's actually about something much more significant: the ongoing cultural conversation around what a healthy, lasting relationship actually looks like in practice. For decades, Hollywood sold us a very specific image of romantic partnership: seamless, passionate, effortlessly perfect. Kelly and Mark have spent years quietly dismantling that image, not because their relationship isn't loving or strong, but because they understand that honesty is what actually resonates with people. When they talk about sleeping arrangements, temperature preferences, or the small frustrations of long-term cohabitation, they're doing something genuinely valuable. They're telling their audience, many of whom are navigating their own relationships, that the goal isn't perfection. The goal is finding what works, even if what works is two separate blankets. There's also something worth noting about how this kind of openness serves their brand. Kelly and Mark are not just entertainers, they are in a very real sense a lifestyle touchstone for a massive audience. When they endorse a practice, whether it's a sleep method or a relationship philosophy, it carries weight. And the fact that they're using their platform to champion something as simple and accessible as individual duvets speaks to a refreshing lack of pretension that their audience has always admired. Looking ahead, don't be surprised if the Scandinavian sleep method sees a genuine spike in mainstream adoption following this moment. Kelly's influence on lifestyle trends through her platform is well documented, and this kind of candid, relatable endorsement tends to move the needle in very real ways. It's also likely that this won't be the last time the couple opens up about the practical realities of their home life. Their show thrives on exactly this kind of content, and their audience endlessly rewards them for it. As they continue to evolve together both personally and professionally, fans can expect more of the honest, funny, and surprisingly wise observations about love and partnership that have made them one of the most enduring couples in the entertainment world. At the end of the day, Kelly, Ripa and Mark Consuelos have once again reminded us why we love them. Not because their life is perfect, but because they're willing to show us all the imperfect, practical, wonderfully human parts of it. 2 blankets, 1 bed, and nearly 30 years of genuine partnership. Honestly, that's a love story worth telling. Now we want to hear from you. Are you a Scandinavian sleep method convert? Or does the idea of separate blankets feel like relationship blasphemy? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We read every single one. And if you enjoyed today's story, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe so you never miss a moment of the entertainment news that actually matters. We'll see you in the next one.